Welcome back. This is still the AM show, and welcome to you if you're just tuning in. And we'll be doing this until 9 a.m. and we have some very interesting conversations for you this morning. But we're going to get into the newspapers, and Elton is joining me from across the road. Elton, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for joining us. Yes, back on it again. So apparently you have a very interesting favorite song. Yeah, of course, up to mischief again.
I know,
yeah.
I know what's going on.
Oh, you do?
I know what is going on.
So are you going to tell us what your favorite song
I'm a
is?
music person, so all genre, from cruise to country music, R&B, high life. Once it's good, I go for it.
You go for it. So you don't have a favorite
I don't really
song?
have a favorite. I mean, once the music is good, I'll go for it.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Okay, well, Echo, there you go. Elton doesn't have a favorite song. But once the music is good, that's it. And it's about 16 days to Christmas.
To Christmas, yeah. The Hamatan is gradually coming in.
Yeah, and the traffic.
Giving you that feel. There's joy in the air. Everything appears to be settling in.
I can't wait for the Piccadilly biscuits to come. This year they've kept long, or is it just me that I haven't seen?
Maybe because they are waiting for the budget to be approved officially. And then they can get to it.
That's a good one. Before they start making the Piccadilly biscuits. No, unless we see Piccadilly, we know that it's already at Christmas. Anyway, let's get into the newspaper.
So we are back on it again. Let me start with the Ghanaian Times. Very interesting story on the front page, and it appears to be on all the front pages of the various newspapers that we have this morning. I will hand over power peacefully in 2025. And who is saying this? That's President Akufo-Addo. Challenges fellow West African leaders to do same. And same paper has Supreme Court affirms Opinion Abraham Adusei as head of Savior Church Ghana Norway launch report on cause of piracy in Gulf of Guinea. Anti-Galamsey fight not dead, according to the deputy minister. But there are some very interesting stories. Page 3, lawmaker 6 others arrested for traffic offences at the airport, and one of them includes the member of parliament for Inshiayesu in the Ashanti region, Dr. Stephen Amwa. The story, according to the story, Dr. Stephen Amwa, a lawmaker, and 6 others have been arrested by the police for road traffic offences at airport in Accra on Tuesday. The member of parliament for Inshiayesu constituency and the others were said to have failed to comply with road traffic regulations, posing danger to other road users. The Director General of the Police Public Relations Office, ACP Kwesi Fori, disclosed this to the Ghanaian Times in Accra. ACP Fori said the police service was committed to ensure that lives and properties were safe. He said 2 days ago at around 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., the police mounted an operation around the airport bypass and arrested the drivers for traffic offences. Now, the latest on this is that those who were arrested were taken to court. The MP did not show up. I don't know whether because he was going to Parliament or he was leaving Parliament. It's unclear for now. But 4 of them were taken to court and they were fined 1,800 Ghana cedis. And then they were also signed a bond to be of good behavior for the next 3 months.
Okay.
Also, in the Ghanaian Times, 54 Nigerians repatriated for illegal entry into Ghana. A total of 54 Nigerians have been arrested and repatriated by the Bono East Regional Command of the Ghana Immigration Service yesterday. The Bono man in charge, Francis Ano, confirmed this to the media yesterday at Techman. Said they were made up of 52 males and 2 females, and they came into the country through illegal means, and they have been repatriated. 2 school children killed in road crash, according to the story. 3 school children have been killed after the vehicle conveying them home collided head-on with an alleged overtaken vehicle. And too many deaths on our road from yesterday up to today. Yesterday we reported 13. And it's still counting. Yesterday I put a question, is this a pandemic or coronavirus?
Or coronavirus, exactly.
And I don't know what we are doing about. Now let's look at the main story on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. And President Akufo-Addo has pledged to hand over power peacefully in 2025 in line with the country's democratic system that limit presidential terms to 2. He said he would not make any substantial modification to electoral laws in the last 6 months to the next election nor be an impediment to the conduct of free, fair elections in the country. Speaking at the opening of the second Kofi Annan Peace and Security Forum in Accra yesterday, he rallied his fellow presidents in West Africa to also take their pledge as they continue to promote democracy and governance in their respective countries and the region at large. And there's a quote here that says that, "I am pleased to reaffirm before you my unshakable belief in the principles of democratic accountability that continues and constitute the basic of good governance in our member states." So anyway, I guess this is a very, welcome news, even though I'm still trying to wrap my head around it as to the reason for this bold pronouncement, because,
It's like David asked you a question and you're answering a question.
Exactly, because I in my life, I don't think this will ever happen, that we'll have a president who will say that I'm going to amend the constitution and go beyond the time limit.
2 years.
But in West Africa, it is becoming the norm. So yesterday at the program, the main issue on the table was that we are witnessing a reversal of democratic values on the continent because of the greed of some of our presidents. They've been in power, they still want to continue to be in power. That's what is giving rise to all manner of uprising, constitutional takeovers, and all that. Let's see how this goes. So that's your Ghanaian Times for today.
I mean, maybe that's why that came up, his way of, reassuring us that, when the time is due.
Of course.
You
have to step down.
I mean, he is Forbes Best African of the Year.
And he's taking that award today, later today, at the Jubilee House at 1:30 p.m.
serious people. We are not. Oh, I'll go with you, Kra. You'll be going.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into the Daily Graphic. WASI 2021 double track pioneer students excel. Interesting. That sounds. Anyway, let me read the details of that before I conclude. Initiative to support small-scale miners launched. Industrialization. Antidote to violence, according to the president. Okay, let's get into the paper proper. U.S. returns stolen artifacts to Mali. Gunmen torch bus, killing 30 passengers in Nigeria. And AU calls for end to Omicron travel curbs. Africa seems to be taking quite almost like a punishment for Omicron.
Yes.
Seems to be a lot of travel bans. Okay, Scholz takes over from Merkel as German Chancellor.
After 16 years in office.
Yeah.
Finally bowing out.
Yeah. It's interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, he was voted in by the German Parliament, where his three-party coalition has a substantial majority and was given a standing ovation. India defense boss and 12 others killed in helicopter crash. Pfizer BioNTech vaccine neutralizes Omicron. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so 3 shot course of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine is found to neutralize the new Omicron variant. Okay, that sounds good. So there's hope, definitely hope for us. Ghana Real Estate Agency, New Dawn. Okay, adolescent groups exchange ideas on reproductive health. NDC courts public support for the rejection of the 2022 budget. It's very interesting. Yesterday, speaking to Edward Bauer and Ekwasefa, it's interesting the back and forth that is still going on, because it seems as though the budget has been accepted with the 7 modifications.
Right.
And then, what they're saying is, okay, now when we get to the committee level and all of that, then we'll start to negotiate the e-levy thing. So I don't really know how the NDC is courting public support for rejection, because it seems to have moved on.
Yeah, we've moved on. In fact, yesterday, from what we monitored, the committees, they've started already considering the estimates. And hopefully today and tomorrow, some of the committees will present their report to the plenary for a decision to be taken. Now, what everybody is looking forward to is the appropriation.
Yeah.
Whether the appropriation will capture the e-levy at 1.75, or there may be a reduction or whatever. So the appropriation
we'll find out. But yesterday, Honorable Edward Bauer was telling us about the fact that in a lot of countries where they tried to implement the e-levy, so I think Uganda, Zambia also, they did it and then they had to stop.
They had it. In fact, the e-levy doesn't have a very good story in Africa.
No.
And Ghana is hoping to look at all the flaws and look at how best we can fix them as we seek to raise 6 billion Ghana cedis every year from e-levy.
I see, which hopefully won't be captured in the Auditor General's report as money that has been wasted. So, ECG withdraws services in Krobo area over threats. Oh, okay. So President Akufo-Addo assures the nation, "I'll hand over power." I don't know if there's any other alternative apart from handing over power.
There's absolutely none.
I mean, especially since power was handed over to you, you know. So yeah. Anyway, Ghana-Norway launches report on cost of piracy in Gulf of Guinea. ECOWAS Justice Ministers to create platform which will promote rule of law and security. Christmas New Year road safety campaign launched. Yeah, people get a little bit crazy when it comes when Christmas comes around. So 2021 WASI results released. 173 cancelled. Hey, every time I see the WASI results, remember when I wrote SSC? Hey, you were waiting for the results
to come in.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It was something else. It was something else. My dad went to collect it.
It looks like 2020 saw better results than we are seeing now.
You know what's funny? The results, no, at this point, I said the A1, C6, C7.
Well, in our time, it wasn't like that.
It was just A, B, C, D.
Yeah, it was A, B, C, D. Excellent, good, or very good.
Or very bad. Yeah. That I will never forget that day in my life. My life ended temporarily. Construction of remand prisons underway. That's according to the Interior Minister. Let me just finish up. My husband and I are not controversial. That's according to Empress Gifty. Okay. So there's a scandal. Hobson Adoye. Okay, she married Hobson Adoye.
Yes.
They're faced with a scandal involving their decorator. And then it was resolved. And, you know, they seem to have gained a reputation for being controversial. Ghana, when they say are controversial, I'm not even sure what it means, you know, because some of the things that people define as controversial,
well,
controversy no day inside. Okay, let me just do sports and then I'll hand over to you. Sunyani used to stage demo for new stadium. Okay.
They don't want renovation, they want a new
They want
stadium.
a new one, yeah. Hockey, former stars reunite at Africa Tourney. Chief of Staff supports Ghana Blind Sports. Hazakas and Pemdakwa clash for the First Ladies Cup.
Sunyani is big, and I would think that instead of renovating the Sunyani Coronation Park, government should consider putting up a new stadium.
A new one.
Where you have some of the big clubs in the Bono East region, BA United, Bofokwa. They've been around for years. In fact, they can be compared to Asante Kotoko House of all. So
yeah.
Sunyani has outlived the Coronation Park, and I'm solely behind this drive for them to have
a new stadium.
A perfect stadium for Sunyani.
Well, the Ministry of Health receives 2.9 million more COVID-19 vaccine doses from the USA and Denmark, and 9 die in accidents at Sola. Preliminary investigation blames sleeping driver.
That's always been the case.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes you wonder who was watching the driver whilst he was asleep.
They were sleeping. The passengers were sleeping too. They were all tired.
So let's look at the business finder for today, Thursday. 10,300 direct, 21,000 indirect jobs created, according to the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. 6 community mining schemes already launched by the government are expected to create 10,300 direct and 21,000 indirect jobs. Now, the 6 schemes with more than 20 concessions were launched in Pahiam in the Hunter West Municipality, Kwabri Nuba, in the Jomoro Municipality, Adukom, in the Hafo region, Jakobu, Valedura, in Takwa, and the others. The 7th scheme is expected to be launched at Tepa in the Ashanti region. And according to the minister, this is part of government's effort to ensure that those who've been taken out of the Galamsey pits do not go back, but rather are given other means of employment so that they can better their lives going forward. Again, President Akufo-Addo is talking about his desire to respect the constitutional terms. At yesterday's Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Conference that is currently underway here in Ghana. Ghana and Norway launched report on cost of piracy in Gulf of Guinea. It's a major threat. I mean, the warning is that if we don't deal with this, it will be difficult for some of these big ships to come to Ghana, indeed West Africa. So Ghana and Norway have stressed their commitment in ensuring a collective response to maritime security during their tenure on the UN Security Council. Remember that Ghana has a seat now for the UN Security Council. We have a voice for Africa. Ghana's Minister for National Security, Albert Kandapar, and Foreign Minister Andy Kem Hanifeld launched the Stable Sea Report on the cost of piracy of the Gulf of Guinea. Mr. Kandapar represented Ghana's Foreign Minister, Shelley Ayokobotwe. In January 2022, Ghana will take a seat on the United Nations Security Council for 2 years and will use her tenure to galvanize multilateral attention and action, including resolution and presidential statements to help address the situation. We are hoping that something progressive will come out of it. The last but one page, John Walker Premier's Kenneth Graf 3 Awards, the last month called December, and it is the last one for everything good in this country. In fact, I'm already enjoying the feel in the air
of Christmas.
Yes.
Are you going to buy a Christmas tree and all that?
I already have one in my home.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I didn't put you
home.
down as a Christmas tree kind of guy. Okay, anyway, let's finish with the daily guide. 9 die in bus crash. Actually, why don't I just go straight to international and entertainment?
Yeah.
So Scholz takes over as German Chancellor. We've done that already. Ethiopia PM returns to the office from the front line. So you know the Ethiopian Prime Minister was on the battlefront. Yeah. And he's been there since last year. And
his being there has resulted in them pushing back the Tigrayans from some of the two. From some two communities they had captured,
which is nice.
Very good.
I mean, I mean, maybe not safe.
The last time a certain president went on the battlefield, they don't come back. We are hoping that this time he will come back.
Well, he's back. He's back, and I'm not sure if is he going again. He said that the struggle isn't finished yet. We have areas that haven't been freed. So, anyway, nice to see somebody, leader hands-on. India's top general dies in helicopter crash. Indonesia volcano eruption. President Joko Widodo vows to rebuild as 34 people confirmed dead. Okay, Kwapin Polo appeals to court over her jail term. Sarkodie is Spotify's most streamed artist in Ghana. Congratulations.
That's good. That's a lot of dollars coming in.
A lot, yeah. Miss Ghana calls for countrywide support. The New York mayor-elect has left. He came to Ghana. Eric Adams made a historic visit to his roots in West Africa. When they say West Africa, it's like West Africa is a country.
It's just one country.
Okay. So that's it. So
maybe just a brief one. And we are all getting ready for the MPP National Delegates Conference in the Ashanti Regional Capital, and the predictions have started. Ben Epson, who is Ghana's renowned pollster, says that Amir Kumfi is best to help the MPP win 2024. That's according to some group. Now, the chairmanship of the MPP is between Amir Kumfi, Professor Amir Kumfi, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, and Stephen Ntim, who has become a serial loser. We are hopeful. The hope is that in 2024, his name will emerge as a winner, because he's been in and out of this race for as long as I can remember. But then, according to Dispatch, Amir Kumfi appears to have taken a comfortable lead. But let's wait and see how that's unfolds. Okay,
yeah, definitely. We'll see how that unfolds. Let's quickly run through myjoyonline.com. Just really quickly before we cross over and do the sports. myjoyonline.com coming up on your screens in a second. Okay, whilst we wait for that, the story about Aubameyang having problems with Arteta, which is quite unfortunate. I think he's a captain now, isn't he?
He is, and the thing is that the general consensus is that he's misfiring. Yeah, and some say that he's more interested in taking the £350,000 every week
than actually playing football.
Yeah.
Okay, myjoyonline.com. E-levy is not compulsory. If you don't want to pay, don't do Momo. I hate it when people who are in leadership or who speak to Ghanaians like that. It's you're speaking down. It's not compulsory. If you don't want to pay it, don't do. We're having a conversation, And if you're collecting tax, the tax is for our country.
Absolutely.
So we have a right to speak. I mean, it's so I find it so insulting when leaders speak down on Ghanaians like that. And you shouldn't do that, Mr. Carlos Ahenkra, honestly. Really shouldn't do that. Goyle denies government's hand in latest fuel price review. Oh, that's interesting, because I think the Deputy Minister of Finance, I think he mentioned that the government actually asked Goyle to reduce.
Now there's confusion. The Deputy Minister is saying that at no point did government direct GOIL to reduce the prices.
So now go out of their own.
The GPRT is saying that the GPRT's man says that he was at the meeting, he had that clear directive. Now there's no official statement from the presidency or government saying that GOIL should do that. So government can hide behind and say that we did not order GOIL to do that.
So GOIL should raise their prices?
GOIL says that we are a market leader, we are complying with the deregulation policy.
Because as soon as they did that, all the other ones also came down. So when you say we didn't say they should do it, so should they go back to 6.9 or 7?
It will still be at 6.7. But as far as official norm is concerned, there's no official directive.
I'm not convinced. Anyway, that's My Joy Online. If you like more details, please go check out My Joy Online. More business, entertainment, everything you need to know. Thank you very much, Elton, for joining us.
You are most welcome. Have a good day.
Yes, you too. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. You come and boss us about the award ceremony.
I'll do that.
Yes, looking forward to that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, Muftal will be bringing us the sports. And right after that, we'll get into our conversations. We'll be talking to Piak. We'll also be talking to Kosi Yankee Aye about that money that is being put aside for U-Start. How can you access it? Sounds really good. Love to know all the details, and you can expect that we will give you that. This is the AM show. Don't go anywhere.